All right, man. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor. I went to bed, bro. I went to bed about the seventh round. That was a terrible fucking fight, and I'm gonna explain why. Congratulations to Teofimo Lopez, but yeah, I'm glad I ain't go to that shit. I'm glad I be following my first mind. I really do because that was a trash ass fight, and that Canadian referee, um, he was trash. Yeah. He was trash as hell. Um, he didn't allow them to work on the inside. He allowed T.O. to drop his head and get away with dropping his head and say Taylor was pushing down on his head. But first and foremost, Josh Taylor is done. Um, I can't even say he outstayed his welcome at the weight class. He just done. I mean, I noticed that he started to decline when he left Shane McGuinness, because he got into a lawsuit with his dad, his former promotion, Cyclone Promotion, the Hall of Famer Barry McGuinness. So yeah, he got into it with him. So the son parted ways. Shane McGuinness is the best UK boxing trainer out there. If you don't know, now you know. All right, he's the best UK boxing trainer out there. Um, and he ain't been the same since he left him. He got worse with old boy, but old boy was telling him to faint and go. Taylor just done it. Then he got a fiance. I don't know if they got married. Everybody made a big deal about Teofimo Lopez and his ex-wife. You know, and he said after the fight that one of the things that allowed him to prosper and get back to boxing. I think what he was alluding to, that he was trying to knock everybody out because he was angry about his ex-wife. And that's exactly what I said he should do on the live the other day, man. And people, it's hard, but you got to say fuck that kid and fuck that wife. That's what you got to do. The state, in the government, daddy government. Anytime you with a woman, you share her with the government. Anytime you had kids, you sharing her with the government. And I said this the other day, to say this real quick, is that the government is gonna be there when you ain't, and be there to back her up when you ain't. Ain't nothing you can do about it. There's nothing that you can do about it. Because they get a nice percentage of the child support, they get a percentage of the alimony, and the court system, the judicial system, is a pay for play. The more money you got, the better chance you got of getting a fair deal, because the lawyers, the district attorney, the judges, the clerks, all of them are in bed together. They all make money together. So you trying to fight even though if you got the bread, you still fighting an uphill battle. And you better not fight if you ain't got the bread. So, like I said, women are in business, men are in love. That's a true statement. And he said after the fight that, he realized that, hey, I had to leave that shit alone and get back to my first wife, which I married at 17 years young, in boxing. That's that's the first mental preparation where it began for him at. That's where it begun for him at. You had to let that go. And once you say, well, fuck that kid, fuck her, and it sounds callous though. But come on, if the government giving her all the power to control the kid, and you get no say so, and she get your money, fuck it. Because when you say fuck it, then she gonna say, oh, you wasn't here for little T.O. and you're neglecting him. And then you get to see your son. That's just how they play it, bro. You chase a woman, she play hard to get, or she play you don't want to get. You don't chase her. Now she want to be all your face, your DM. Best thing for you can do is move on, fuck some hoes. That's the number one thing you do. Move on, get your money, get your hoes in rotation. Don't be dumb enough to get back into business and marriage. It's a game that you can't win. A lot of the time. When you got a down ass bitch, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the fight go, referee was terrible. He was as bad as that damn he was as bad as that damn as the pollution from Canada. He kept letting T.O. when Josh Taylor tried to work on the inside, he kept allowing Teofimo Lopez to put his head down willingly. And then, he kind of, then it was Taylor press holding his head down. But no, T.O. did that because he's stopping Josh Taylor for working on the inside. So when Josh Taylor couldn't work on the inside, he couldn't box with him on the outside, and he didn't have no chance. So it wasn't no point in me to continue to watch the fight. And then also that woman that took something from him. It wasn't just the success, because you notice you get the success, then you get the woman. You know what I'm saying? And then what? Then look at him. He slipped. He slipped. As soon as he got that woman, he slipped. It's just the honest truth. And then he got rid of, Shane Gwynn. Even in that Jose Ramirez fight, that fight was too close for me. Way too close. He should have blew Jose Ramirez out. Now you switching trainers, and what that tell me, you keep switching trainers, you blaming everybody but yourself. The layoff, couldn't box with him. He used to. He looked slow. His punches didn't have no power on him regardless, even if he could work on the inside. He hit T.O. with some good shots, and T.O. was able to eat him. His shots didn't have no stank on him. And I can't blame it on him being weight drained, because you chose to be at the weight. But what I can blame it on is that you fell off. You won the belts. You got lazy. You was inactive. You couldn't pick a trainer to save your life, and it's time to walk away from the sport of boxing. But then again, it's always hard to bet on them UK fighters, because they just so far behind when it comes to tutelage. And then, you far behind in skill. He shouldn't have lost to Teofimo Lopez. He shouldn't have. But he did. T.O. countered him, and, T.O. walked him down. T.O. boxed, and T.O. did exactly what I told him to do. Make Josh Taylor come forward, like Catterall did, and just counter him. And then when the referee wouldn't let them work inside, it was a wrap. He couldn't outbox T.O. on the outside. He got success, and success is the first loss that Josh Taylor got. He got that success. He got lackadaisical. He got complacent. And then you don't challenge yourself. You don't challenge yourself by moving up because of the politics and constipated welterweight. Ain't shit else you can do. But that shit was I went to bed, dude. I'm not watching no more bullshit boxing. I didn't watch Adrian Broner fight, bro. I went out to watch the game, the basketball game, so I didn't get a chance to watch it, dude. But I heard he went the distance, so yeah. But the Munguia fight, oh, them niggas was in that motherfucker throwing. That Munguia fight, maybe why that fight was so trash to me. Munguia fight was lit. Munguia and Derbychenko was throwing down. It could have been a draw. But Derbychenko lost that fight by not going to the body. But Munguia and Derbychenko, they did the damn thing. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. Munguia and Munguia and Derbychenko, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. That was the best fight of the weekend that I heard of and seen. I ain't watch all them shits. But that T.O. fight, that shit was terrible. That referee wouldn't let him work on the inside, and Josh Taylor is done. See how a woman can bring you niggas all the way down? How success can bring you down? What Jay-Z say? He said my mom was fine till the dough hit it. Told my he said blame it on them. I forget what he said in the line. That's why you constantly gotta keep setting goals. Even when you reach your wildest goals, what's your next goal? You gotta keep setting. But I wasn't impressed with the fight. Shit was boring. Shit was trash. The referee was trash. Josh Taylor was trash. T.O. was trash. He ain't do shit. For a nigga that was styling on himself, his face looked terrible. His face was fucked up after the first round. He ate some good punches, but like I said before, dudes at 140 ain't the most skilled dudes. They tough, they rugged, but we'll see. Like I said, Xander Zayas, I'm not impressed with him at all. I nodded off on his fight. So yeah, I wasn't impressed, bro. Good win for T.O. though. Can't lie, good win for Teofimo Lopez. But I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. You know, they built this thing up where they say, well, you know, he had mental problems using all that shit to sell a fight. But I was not impressed. Do I think he the best of the division? I think he could beat Regis Progress because he showed a good chin. But I don't think Taylor had no stake on this punch. I think that's a close fight. I told y'all this Tyler and T.O. was a 50-50 fight. I had a feeling that T.O. was going to win. I did. But you didn't know if he was mentally playing. He was mentally for show. You really didn't know. But they was playing. I kind of knew when he called his daddy a bitch. I kind of knew that it was an act. You know, that's how Vegas gets you. But yeah, I wasn't impressed. And people gonna say, "Oh man, you hating on Teofimo Lopez because what he said about the black fighter." Nigga, I just wasn't fucking impressed. Even if Josh Taylor would have won, they would have robbed that, and I still wouldn't have been impressed. That was not a great performance. The whole fucking fight was whack as fuck. And when I go to bed on the fight, dude, the fight was whack. He didn't do nothing. He countered a little bit. But it was not impressive. I was not impressed with his performance at all. But he got a nice little resume, but shit was boring. Derevchenko and Munguia where it was at last night. Them motherfuckers was slugging that bitch out. For real. But yeah, I wasn't impressed. And people say, "Oh man, give him some credit, man." I ain't got to give him motherfucking shit. I said what I said. It was boring. It was trash. They could have kept that shit. Y'all want to know why ESPN about to get rid of Top Rank from bullshit like that? I'd rather have put money on the Emmanuel Nunes pay-per-view and watch that shit. Now they gonna parade around like they done something. You be the motherfucker who been out the ring for almost 2 years. Who done? He about to make the mistake you made to get married. He can't take a hint. But T.O., I will give T.O. this. He took some punishment. He took some shots. But I don't think Taylor punching power there no more. And unfortunately for him, he got caught up in the politics at 147 that made him stay down there. But I wasn't impressed by the performance. I don't care about what he got going on with his baby mama. I don't care shit about his son, what he got going on with that. Everybody got their battles, bro. How you gonna get mad at somebody for having self-inflicted wounds? There's billions or millions of fucking people testimony about getting married and getting took to the cleaners. You niggas still going to get married, getting took to the cleaners, and still picking the wrong women. If you're gonna get married, pick the right bitch. You know? So it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.